Hi, everybody. It's me again. I'm here to tell you about ePortfolios and walk you through the process of ePortfolios and creating a digital file cabinet for your online classroom, Canvas. Okay. So remember that Canvas is your classroom, right? You need a file cabinet. How can I do that? So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my waffle. I'm going to go to my triangle in my drive. And if I am the lovely Yvonne Washington, we did this for her. So what we did was create a master folder, okay? And so what we do is go to New, Folder. Folder's going to be a file cabinet for my class, right? Or it could be a drawer. You could think of it as a drawer, okay? So if I teach an AM PM class, I might have two different drawers, right? So I can be teaching ESL 1 AM, and that's my ESL AM drawer. If I need to type the word drawer in there, do it. Why not? Why not? No worries. If it helps you, do it. File drawer, so you can even be able to visually think about that in my mind. One thing, once you create that, I like to change the color. So I click on that. And so it will open up a different window for me. Okay. And it says right here, change color. You'll be able to right click to get this menu, right click, right? And you can also rename if I want to take off that drawer, if I want to change that. See how it changed to red? If I want to take this off, all I have to do is right click on my mouse, rename it, and I'll be able to change that name. Okay. I can right click and I can create a shortcut that goes right to my desktop. Nice, right? If I want to share this with Carrie Martin or Tracy Smith, if I have an ABE class or I have an ESL class that's going to be in transition to CTE, I'm going to want to share it with those folks. So I click this, and then immediately I get a menu. I want to change the link so it's anyone at Metro Ed can see this. I don't want it to be restricted, so they'll be able to find it. And then I'm going to go ahead and either share it with Norma, Drew, or I can put Tracy. If I start typing in Tracy's name, Tracy comes up. Hi, Tracy, happy face with her picture there. Nice. And so that's a useful thing to be able to have all students work in one place, especially since we're not doing the big thick binders or we're using paper because of COVID times. We're trying to eliminate the use of gloves. And for me, I came today, since I'm doing intake, I'm actually doubled down with my PPE. So I have all of these things because I have students right outside the door taking the test. Okay, so as I am creating, I go and open up my file drawer, right? So the first thing I do when I get to this file is there's no files here, right? Because you don't have any students, right? So what you first need to do is get a roster. And I might do this the first day of school. I might walk my students around the file drawer, just like I would show them, open up the file drawer in my classroom and say, when you all turn papers into me, I want you to go put it in the file cabinet, find your folder. And at the end of class today, I want you to add your assignment to the file folder with your name on it. How do I do that in the digital world? Well, I'm going to go ahead and go to New, create a folder, because they all need their own folder, right? So I'm going to say this is going to be Pedro's folder, okay? Pedro V, right? I might want to put his whole name there, but I can always change their name. I can add their student ID once I know it. I can always change the title, and they can do it too, okay? Create. So now I'm going to have something for Pedro in there. Okay. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create a folder for Lisa. Okay. Lisa P. Great. Create a folder. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create a folder for Tran. Tran N. Okay. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create a folder for knock. Okay. And I'm going to create a folder for knock. Okay. So obviously, if I have 15 to 20 students, this just takes a few seconds. It's a quick little activity to show them, right? So now I want to share it with knock, right? Knock and I are going to share the folder because knock is going to put his work in there, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go to the folder for knock. And there's nothing in there yet, right? So I want to be able to share this folder with knock. Share. And then I'm going to find his email. I would share it with Knock's Metro Ed email because we really want to protect the students. And the procedure on how to get their email is happening right now. So that's a to be decided in the time of COVID. But he will have his own domain email. And then I would share it with him. So when he finishes with his work online, he adds it to the folder. Okay. All right. So I go back here. And of course, I can change the color. Something that I'd like to do just for me visually, I can find girls and boys faster if I create a code for myself. You know, if I just decide that all boys folders are going to be green. It also helps me to gender differentiate very quickly if I do that for a game or something in my classroom. It's just very easy for me to pick it out visually, and I can go there quite quickly. I can also grab this folder and I can move it around. Okay, I can move Lisa around. Okay, I can make all the Lisas be in one place, and I can make all the, if I have multiple Lisas or if I have girls, and I can move things, right? So just be aware of all the different things that this can do for you. This is your file cabinet for all of your class work. How they are turning into you work should not really be going through email. You really shouldn't be opening and closing and downloading files from their email. You need to eliminate that step, and they should just be doing work automatically in their Gmail drive. So what does that look like? If I go here and I open up a Google Docs sheet, this is like a blank document, like using Word. It's just something new. And I can say assignment number 1, or if I'm like Miss Washington, essay number 1. And then I'm a new student. My name's Lisa V. And then I would start writing using the prompt. But I would also teach my students how to regulate spacing, how to do double spacing, right? So if I want them to use New Times Roman, and I want them to use MLA, if I'm teaching them MLA, right? It's student, teacher, class, and date. That's the rule, right? So they would have to put the date here. I shouldn't really use caps, but that's the rule for MLA. And then what I should do is go to format. I'm going to, the text should always be New Times Roman. So I'm going to go to, not Arial, should be New Times Roman for MLA. So I can go ahead and change that and make it New Times Roman. And then it should always be 12-point font. That's MLA standard, right? But then I also want them to double space. So what I can do is have them go to line spacing. And I'm going to go ahead and click double space. And now the computer will just do this for me. It's going to let me type whatever I want. And it will automatically let me do that. And that's just a good workforce readiness skill to teach them how to do MLA headings and how to learn about the New Times Roman and the 12-point font, and then how to do the formatting for double spacing. Really important. Okay, so just to recap, what we're doing today is we're talking about how to create the file folder, just like we would show our students around the room and show them where to turn things in. This would be a really good lesson to do in the first couple of days of class as you're introducing them to Canvas and the work for the week. Okay, great. Thanks. Hope it helped.